Hi everybody, welcome to STEAM. 4th of July is coming up. It's tomorrow, so we've got a patriotic craft today. So it's a pinwheel and it looks like the flag. So if you stop by the library this week, you might have picked up a craft kit with everything you need for the craft. But this one doesn't need too much, so you probably have the stuff at home, or if you can print it, you can print this one out for yourself, and you might even be able to just draw it if you want. I'll show you, or I'll tell you how to do that. So this is what we had at the library though. If you did come in for the craft kit, we have the template, which includes the instructions, a straw with a hole in the top, and a brad that held it all together. So you just need to disassemble those. So if you are drawing it yourself, all you need to make sure of is that this is a perfect square. So you need a square, and it can be any size, but about the size of a paper would work just fine. You need a dot right in the center, and then you need to make these lines that go across. So you can draw it yourself, or you can print this printable template, and you'll need to have a hole puncher or a pencil, something like that, that you can put holes in to these little circles here. And you'll need a brad and then a straw with a hole in it, or if you have some other kind of stick with a hole in it, that'll work fine too. But the straw works really well, and usually that's easy to get. So your first step is just to decorate your pinwheel. So you want to color it. Since it's a flag, you can do it red striped here and then blue over here. But it's up to you, your choice. But I'm going to start coloring mine, and I'm going to do it red striped and blue over here. Alright, so after you're done coloring it, you can do the front and the back because they'll both end up showing. So the pattern should be on the back too. But if you just drew it yourself, or if you printed it online and didn't do it back to back, that's okay. You can just do the front and that'll still look really nice. So you just want to cut out the big square portion of your pinwheel. So just the whole outside part of your pinwheel. And if you wanted to, if you printed the design on the front, or if you drew it, you could cut it out and then color the back now that you know where the borders are. So that's an option as well if you wanted to have something on the back, because they do both show, but it'll still look really nice to just have it on the one side colored. Alright, so once you get just the big outside square cut out, throw those outside, you want to put a hole. I'm going to use a pencil. You can use the brad that you had in your package, or if you have a hole punch, you can use that too. You just want a hole in all the places where there's a big black dot. So if you did draw it yourself, you want one right in the center, and then off center on all four sides, so slightly to the right on all four corners. So the holes don't have to be too big. The brads just have to be able to fit through it. So if you made it with the brads, you would know it was the right size. But with a pencil, you don't have to stick it all the way through to the end of the pencil, just to get a pretty good size, just about halfway on here or something. Works just fine. Alright, so once you've got your holes in there, you want to cut in all the corners. But here's something, be really careful about this part. So it's about halfway that you want to cut, and the rest you might see are dotted lines. So cut to about here only, just to that, and then not the dotted lines. Don't cut the dotted portion. So if you drew it just about halfway to the center, and that's all you want to cut. So just a slit. You don't want to cut it all the way because that's going to be separating your whole template. You can always cut it more too, so if you want to try about halfway, and then if you need it a little more, that's okay. But don't cut too much because it'll be hard to tape it back up. So just about halfway to the center from the outside on all the sections. So just like about like that far on each side and all the sections. And now you want to put all of your corners, they're going to end up in the center. So here's where you can use your brad. So you want to put all your circles, all the holes that you made, so that they line up with the center. So it's going to go like this, and you just go in a circle, whichever way you want, like this and like this, as long as you go the same direction all the way through. So you want this kind of shape. And then you want to stick your brad through each one. So I'm just going to go clockwise around. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to go to this next one. Pull it to this next one. Put that brad in. And the last one here, that brad. And then you want that brad to go again through the very center. So they should all line up in that center hole that you made. And then you have it like this. Have it like this in the front. Should make this kind of a shape. And this is where you want to put on your straw. Try not to make it too tight if you can just have a little bit of extra on the edges. So maybe don't push your brads all the way to the straw, but instead kind of bend them around your finger so that you've got, I don't know if you can see it, but that little gap there so that you can actually pull your straw a little, because that'll help with the twirling. So I can hold it down here and then you should be able to spin it. Yeah, and the looser it is, the more it'll be able to spin. So if you have more space between your brad and your straw, it's going to be able to spin more, and you'll be able to use it with the wind or by blowing on it like a regular pinwheel. But this is your completed product, and I think it's very cute and it's pretty fun to play with. You got a nice spin going. There we go. Alright, so I hope you had fun with that one, and happy 4th of July, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!